How much money do you think a guy should make per year?
Depends where they live. I mean, if I'm like dating them, it'd be nice if they were at least making 100,000.
Do they understand what it takes to actually make your first six figures? I highly, highly doubt it. They can want whatever they fucking want, but a lot of these women don't have an understanding of what it really takes for a man or for anybody to make that six figures. And it takes time to develop those characteristics and those traits to be able to cultivate that amount of money.
What is the ideal age? So I'm 27 and I would say I would want them to be older. So like my range that I look for is 28 to 35.
What would you want his income to be?
I feel like this is gonna sound bad. I feel like 300,000.
All right, let's get to it. Maria, baby, 28 to 35. I don't know if it's looking too good. We'll exclude married men. Any race. We'll do average height of a dude, 5'8", exclude obesity. And she wants a whopping 300K. Let's see how many cat bags she gets. Let's go. 0.098% with a 5 out of 5 cat bags.
What is the ideal age for a guy?
I really like 28 to 37 max. Like not in the 40s.
What would you want his income to be?
$500,000? Is that bad?
All right, let's get it. Age 28 to 37. Get rid of the married. Any race. We'll do the minimum height 5'8". Exclude obesity. And 500K. This is a cat bag for sure. Let's see. And dun, 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 dun. 0.053. Full-fledged cat bag.
25 to 30.
Okay.
Because we don't want little boys.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay.
Can he be married?
Definitely exclude married because we don't home wreck. That's
Oh,
for
shit,
bitches
okay.
for the street.
Okay.
Any color shade.
All right. Wait, black?
Any color or shade because she says she has types. She has types
Hey, Mark.
between. She has types between whatever.
How tall?
6 feet tall at least.
Okay.
And let's go for the max because we're dreaming big. We want to go on PJs on vacation, baby.
Exactly.
We want to go shopping.
Wait, okay, cool.
All right.
Let's see.
Let's see here.
Okay.
Point.
It's not bad.
All right. So you're as delusional as Miss Africa. To my side. You also scored a 5 out of 5. Cat bag.
These women are completely average in terms of looks. In my opinion, they're between 3 to 8 out of 10. I'm being very generous with the 8. I'll list out what each said they want their future husband or boyfriend to make, and next to it, I'll add what percentage of men between the ages of 25 to 40 make. They each specify different ages, typically lower than 40, and I'm not going to get that in depth. 2.9% of men make $200,000. 14.6% of men make $100,000. 28.3% of men make $70,000 to $80,000. 22.1% of men make $80,000. 4.8% of men make $160,000. Note that this list is actually per year. These percentages have not been compounded out for single or married, race, height, or obesity. The percentages would be even lower. I already know what most women here will say, but I don't need my man to make that much or anything. Pure projection and virtue signaling. Nearly all women want their man to at least have a job, and the vast majority want him to make more than she does. The point is, the average Western woman has no idea how ridiculously low her chances are to find a man that makes what they require. You could argue that some 3 out of 10 guy who makes $80,000 should be fine with his looks match. 3 out of 10 woman whose requirement is $80,000 plus. Why should he? He's in the top 22%. He could hold out for a 7 out of 10. Given he's probably going to make even more in the future, men have a much longer fertility window, and the ravages of time don't affect men's looks as much as they do women's. Women fought for equal pay and equal opportunity, both completely fair, but don't realize how it's affected their dating and mating prospects. Taking looks and ratings completely out of the picture, gleaned from the stats, if you're a woman making $100,000 and your standard is, he has to make the same as me or more, you're at 14.6% of men meeting that. You get a new job or promotion to $160,000. You just cut your dating and mating prospects to less than 1/3 of that already small percentage, 14.6% versus 4.8%. If women don't change their income standards, highly unlikely due to hypergamy, the 45% of women being childless and unmarried by 2030 inches projection is definitely coming to pass. I've noticed that when you ask women what they want in a guy, you will have somebody in their 20s ask for six-figure earners. You can pretty reasonably guess that the high earners are going to mostly consist of people in the upper end of the age bracket. But the problem is that these women wouldn't want to date somebody in their late 30s. When you look at how to get to those high-end salaries, the problems only get worse. Not unrelated to this point, women here have shown they really dislike the awkward STEM crowd, which is one of the more consistent paths to get to those high earnings. So I'll do you a solid, leave off that point, and explain how to qualify as a lawyer in my country. Get your university degree, 3 years. Do a law conversion course if it was in anything other than law, 1 year. Then get a legal training contract from a top law firm. Then take a solicitor's qualifying exam, 1 year at least. Typically, law firms then have 4 times 6-month seats in different departments, 2 years. So if you've done all of that, that's about 6 or 7 years, and some law firms don't give newly qualified solicitors 6 figures anyway. This is like having every traffic light on your way to work be green, and you're only realistically going to get the training contract immediately if you're an exceptionally high flyer from a top university or a big beneficiary of affirmative action. Meanwhile, these women just want to be pretty average and get the top cut of earners, but no awkward STEM crowd. And he has to be attractive. You don't need to be a genius to figure out that these modern women are not being very reasonable here. Most men could care less how much money or what kind of job a woman has. But for a lot of women, they find it important if a man has a highbrow job, serious career goals, and drives a nice car. I could care less if a woman drives, or what kind of job she has, as long as she's honest, can be committed and faithful, has good hygiene and doesn't smoke cigarettes or do drugs. But a lot of women care about how much a man earns, and it is very important to them, which makes no sense. For a lot of women, being a nice man is not good enough for them. The man must be very financially successful and drive a car. Let's not lie to ourselves. Even in YouTube prank videos, it's obviously clear that most women don't give a fuck about source of income, but all they care about is the flashy car and money in the pocket. Generally speaking, more than 80% of women on Earth are obsessed with how much money a man makes. Countless stories of how ladies dumped guys for a richer dude are everywhere.
I'm a 27-year-old guy who makes around $80,000 per year in the fine arts, which is already very rare. But I was talking to a few of my friends of mine and was talking about what we were looking for in a partner. All these girls were saying that they want to find a husband who makes $300,000 per year, and I mentioned to them that honestly, even just $100,000 per year would be incredible. I was the only guy, of course, so I know how hard and how few jobs are available to make $100,000 to begin with. One thing they said is that making $300,000 per year is what they expect. But is it just me? Or do most of these Western women have this unrealistic expectation of how much men actually make? When I mentioned that getting a job that pays $300,000 is really incredible already, they come back and say that's not enough. What's ironic is that none of them are financially independent. They're around 25 to 30 years old, and they are all in the fine arts as well. I don't know if girls don't realize how many people actually make more than $150,000 per year, because that's boiling it down to less than 5% of the population. They aren't exactly offering much either. Even if they did make that money, they probably would be much older, maybe mid-40s to 50s, and have a leadership position. My question is this a common thought that girls expect guys to make over $100,000 per year under the age of 30, and won't take you seriously if you make less than that?
Most men who make that kind of money are smart enough to stay away from gold diggers like that. They might date a girl like that, but end up marrying someone completely different. Outside of sex, what can these women offer? Most of these women end up with drug dealers or a bunch of low-life baby daddies. That's pretty much it for today on Manhood. Remember to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.